Good morning, children. Today I am going to continue the lesson, that is the Model Millionaire by Oscar Wilde. Already I have started this lesson. Now I am going to wind up with this. That is, I am going to start the next part is the surprise. Already I told you about the first is Yogi Erikson. I told you about Laura Martin, the Colonel, and later on next I told you about the painter Alan Trevor and the model beggar. Now the surprise. What is the surprise now? The surprise is for whom? It is for Yogi Erikson about the real disclosure of the model beggar. He told that, "Old beggar, all about me," cried Yogi, looking very red and angry. So Yogi got angry. Why you have to tell me? Why you have to tell everything about me, about Laura, about my future, about the money, what Colonel has told? Why you have to tell? He is shouting at Alan Trevor. "My dear boy," said Trevor, smiling, "that old beggar, as you call him, is one of the richest men in Europe. He could buy all London tomorrow and never miss the money. He has a house in every capital city, eats of gold plates, and can prevent Russia going to war when he chooses. What on earth do you mean?" exclaimed Yogi. So now this one, Alan is telling the real appearance of the beggar. Who is he? So Trevor smiling, what does he say? That old beggar is one of the richest men in Europe. So he is one of the millionaire in Europe, the richest person. He can buy the whole of Europe, to say. Actually, he is not a beggar. He was only playing the role of a model as a beggar, but he is not a beggar. He is not poor, but he is very, very rich. He could buy all London tomorrow and never miss the money. He can buy the whole of London by tomorrow. Means so much rich and such a wealthy person he is. He has a house in every capital city. Means in all the capital cities he has got his house of his own, and he eats in the gold plate and can prevent Russia going on war. He can even stop Russia from going on war because he knows each and every corner of that place. What on earth do you mean? Explained Yogi. So Yogi is saying, what are you talking? He was a beggar, he was in rags, he was so wrinkled, he was so poor and all, and now you are saying he is the richest person in Europe. He can buy everything, every city, every place he has got his house. He is eating in golden plate. So now Yogi is surprised listening about the beggar. "What I say," said Trevor, "the old man you saw today was Baron Horsburgh. He is a great friend of mine, buys all my pictures and that sort of thing. He asked me a month ago to paint him as a beggar, and since he is paying, well, I could not refuse. And I must say, I think he made a splendid model." So now he is giving the reality of the beggar. Who is the beggar? He is none other than Baron Horsburgh, and he is a friend of whom? Alan Trevor. So he often comes here to do the painting, and whatever painting I does, he is paying for me and he takes the painting from me. So a month before he had told me to draw a painting of a beggar, and top of that he told he is going to pay for me, but I couldn't refuse it. So, and I must say, I think he is a splendid model. "Baron Horsburgh," cried Yogi. "Good heavens, I gave him a sovereign." "Gave him a sovereign?" shouted Trevor, and he burst into a roar of laughter. "Baron Horsburgh, I've given him one sovereign to him," saying that, thinking that he is poor. Then even Alan, "You give him a sovereign?" he shouted, and at last both of them started laughing at each other. "I think you might have told me, Alan," said Yogi crossly, "and not let me make such a fool of myself. If you had told me earlier only he was a Baron Horsburgh, a richest person and all, I wouldn't have done that mistake. Why you didn't tell me earlier?" Who is saying this? Yogi Erikson is saying for Alan Trevor. "Well, to begin with, Yogi," said Trevor, I did not think that you went around giving away your money in that way. And really, when you came in, I didn't know if Osberg would like his name mentioned. So, I didn't know that you gave the money. And as soon as you enter, I can't tell that he is Baron Osberg who is playing the role of a beggar. What a duffer he must think me, said Yugi. Yugi is thinking, now what that Baron Osberg will think about me? I am such a duffer that I had given a sovereign to one of the millionaire, the richest person of Europe. Not at all. He was very happy after you left. He kept laughing to himself and rubbing his old hands together. I couldn't understand why he was so interested in you at the time. But I see it all now. He will invest your sovereign for you, Yugi, and pay you the interest every 6 months. He will also have a good story to tell his friends after dinner. So he is telling, don't worry. That only I was thinking, why is so much interested? Why is asking about you, your story and all? And he was laughing to its own self. Who was laughing? Baron Osberg, when he was asking about you, knowing about you. So I was just wondering why he was doing it. Then later on, what he is saying, he is going to invest the sovereign for Yugi, and every 6 months he is going to pay the interest of that sovereign, what he gets from that. And he also gave a good story, and it is also a good story for him to tell his friends at the dinner time. Yugi walked home feeling very unhappy and leaving Trevor laughing loudly. So now Yugi is sad here. He is feeling guilty that he has made a mistake, he has made a blunder. But Alan Trevor is enjoying and he started laughing loudly. The next part, the messenger. Now the messenger comes to whom? Yugi Eriksson. The next morning, as he was eating his breakfast, his servant brought in a card on which was written. So next morning when Yugi Eriksson is having a breakfast, a card comes in an envelope. Something is there for Yugi Eriksson. Mr. Gustava Naudin, messenger of Baron Osberg. I suppose he has come for an apology, said Yugi to himself, and he told the servant to show the visitor in. So the person who had come, the messenger, his name is Gustave Naudin, and it was a messenger of Baron Osberg. So what Yugi Eriksson thinks, that he might have sent an apology for me for doing the mistake, for doing the blunder. And he told the servant to show the visitor in. An old gentleman with gold spectacles and grey hair came into the room and said with a French accent, "Do I have the honor of speaking to Mr. Eriksson?" Yugi bowed. So, one old gentleman comes. He has got a spectacles, he has got a grey hair. He enters the room and he speaks in the French accent. And what he is saying, "Do I have the honor to speak to Mr. Eriksson, Yugi Eriksson?" Immediately Yugi gets up and bows. "I come from Baron Osberg," he continued. The Baron? So he is saying, "I have come from Baron Osberg." When he says Baron, he was once only surprised and shocked. "I ask, sir, that you will offer him my sincerest apologies," cried Yugi. So Yugi, looking at him, the messenger, he started saying that, "Give my sincere apology to whom? To Baron Osberg." The Baron said, "The old gentleman with a smile has asked me to bring you this letter." And he told out a sealed envelope. He held out a sealed envelope. So what he is saying, "No, I have not come for that." Said the old gentleman. He is an old gentleman, as a messenger has come to do the duty of Baron Osberg, and he told me to give this letter, and also he gave him a sealed envelope along with the letter. On the outside was written, "A wedding present to you, Hugh Eriksson and Laura Martin from an old beggar," and inside was a check for £10,000. So what did Baron Osberg send with that messenger who was old with the spectacles and speaking he gave him a letter and an envelope. So in the letter it was written, a wedding present to Hugh Eriksson and Laura Martin. From whom? From the old beggar. Who is that old beggar? Baron Hosberg. And inside a check there was 10,000 pounds. Next, the wedding takes place. When they were married, Alan Trevor was the best man and Baron made a speech at the wedding breakfast. So, Alan Trevor was the best man. Best man means when a girl and boy gets married, they are called as bride and bridegroom. So, for the bridegroom, for the boy, there will be another person standing next to him. Okay, he will be called as a best man. Okay, like for bride it is called as bridesmaid. For bridegroom it is called as the best man. So Alan Trevor stayed as a best man on the wedding of Hugh Eriksson, and on the wedding time only Baron also gives a speech on the wedding breakfast. Millionaire models, remarked Alan. So Alan is saying he is a millionaire model, are rare enough, but model millionaires are rarer still. So millionaire models, so remarked Alan, are rare enough, are very rare, but model millionaire, who are the model of the model millionaire present, are rarer still. So this is passed by Alan Trevor, and this is the end of the lesson. I'll just read out the glossary to you children. The first word is sherry. Sherry, I told you. First he was, Hugh Eriksson was working in stock market. Then he was selling tea. Then he was selling sherry. So what is sherry children? It's a kind of a wine. Next meaning is wrinkle. Small line on the skin of a person's face or hands. Next word is sovereign, a gold coin worth 1 sterling. Next word, invest, to put money in a business to try to increase its value. Next word, admire, regard with respect, took at with pleasure. Next word, millionaire, a person whose assets are worth 1 million pounds or dollars or more. Next word, miserable, unhappy, uncomfortable. Next, faint means slight. Dreadful, extremely bad or serious. Splendid, magnificent, very impressive, excellent. Next is apology, regretful acknowledgement of an offense or failure. So this is the end of the lesson. See the video, understand the lesson better children, and read the textbook along with the difficult words and the glossary. Thank you children for watching the video. Have a nice day.